February draws to a close, but we are just getting started here at Backyard Jam for our second round of action from the regular season. Hello and welcome back to the show. These awesome trucks did battle last month and they put on quite the performance, but nobody rocked the house quite like Lumberjack did. They were the champions of last month and they did it in fine style. Let's take a recap. Here you can see them. They went high, they went mighty. They took out Gravedigger in the final round, who went over on their side, a driving error from them. Lumberjack plows on to get the overall win, and the leaderboard at the end of last month looked a little bit like this. A lot of trucks down on 5 points apiece. Some big names in there, including Monster Mutt, Rottweiler, Max D, Great Clips, Mohawk Warrior, Earthshaker. We expect them to do better, and they're hoping to do better this week. At the top of the table, though, Lumberjack, Gravedigger, Excalibur, and Monster Mutt, the top 3 trucks. 4 of them, in fact. And Monster Mutt we shall start talking about right now because they have brought a bit of a retro theme. In fact, they're not alone. Zombie bringing the Burns victim look. Maximum Destruction body running for February. Avenger with the open bed. I'm liking this lineup. A few other big names we haven't mentioned yet. El Toro Loco did very well last week, as did the likes of Jester, Lucas Crusader, and Shaker as well. Devon Treat looking to get another championship under his belt. Here is the bracket for tonight's show. Later on we will see matches between Jurassic Attack, Zombie, Boghog and Maximum Destruction, Dragon and Earthshaker, Lucas Crusader and Bigfoot. But first up we will see Tailgater against Monster Mutt Rottweiler, Brutus versus Mohawk Warrior, Shaker against El Toro, and our first matchup, Avenger Chip Chocolate, a one-time event champion on Series Blue last year, takes on Wegner Racer and Stone Crusher. This truck also did pretty well last month. Avenger didn't perform quite how they hoped. They are hoping this new open bed sends them far. It's time to go racing. Even down the ramp, these two trucks side by side. Oh, over goes Stone Crusher, and that will be them done, but it's Avenger who ends up on their lid. A great save. Look at this. One wheel bobbles, rolls it over. Meanwhile, Avenger's gone high. Managing to get rolled back over did Stone Crusher, but running out of room, Avenger, they go over. It's Avenger who's going to be moving on, and they're going to have to get righted at some point, I'm sure. Up next, Devon Treat returns to the track in the Shaker. They looked fast last month, and they have tough opposition. Little Chip Chocolate, El Toro Loco, another very fast truck last month. These two side by side, ready to go racing this month. Who is going to take the win out of these two? Both in 5th place overall. That's all going to change here. Out of the gates they come. This track very quick. Oh, up on 2 wheels. Bobbles it over on the crush cars in the end zone. But I don't know who won it. Let's take a look at the slow-mo replay. There you can see El Toro pulls ahead to get the win. They end up on their side as well, following a similar fate to Avenger. Now track crew going to come in and right El Toro Loco, who sit currently on their side. They're in a nice open area though. Could be rolled over reasonably easily. Yep, using the crush cars there just to get purchase, and rolling El Toro back over, they go on to the next round. John Ritchie brings back Brutus to the track this February. They are going up against the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, a one-time event champion of Series Red last year. RRC Family Gaming, the drivers of this truck. Brutus against a former champion. Brutus up against it here, you have to think. Gates are open and Brutus got a little bit caught up at the top of the track, rolling it over at the line. That was a shame. El Toro Loco takes the win. Brutus did well to try and catch up a little bit. In fact, the rollover sent them almost across the line. That's impressive stuff, but I imagine there's some damage to the truck. Brutus not coming away from that scot-free, I'm pretty sure. It is Mohawk Warrior moving on. Next up to the track, friend of the channel, Charlie Hubbard in Tailgater did not do too well. In fact, a lot worse than I think he had hoped. Monster Mutt Rottweiler, Caden Wilson's a similar fate for him in January. These two trucks looking to improve on their season. Unfortunately for one of them, it's not going to happen because the other will take it out. Let's join them on the track. Gates are open. Down the track they come. Caden Wilson with a slight advantage and then rolls it and then wins. What a race from Caden Wilson. Here we see the roll. Just rolling that truck all the way over. Tailgater coming in right behind them. What a shame for Charlie Hubbard. He's going to have to work on this truck trying to get it up and running. But Caden Wilson makes a name finally for himself on Backyard Jam, taking the win. Here we can see the winners of this half of the bracket. Avenger through to face Excalibur, El Toro through to face Blue Thunder, Mohawk Warrior through to face Iron Outlaw. And Caden Wilson's night does not get any easier as he gets Gravedigger in the next round. But we are going to the other side of the bracket now, and we're going to the top of it. Ian Spiros with Jurassic Attack, the first truck up. This truck looked great, but it was on its side last week. Jace Usher with the new look Zombie, the Burns Victim, and one of only two of our two-time champions, Zombie, looking strong on the track against Jurassic Attack. Gates are open and Zombie already off to a slight advantage. A rollover for both trucks in the end, but it was Jurassic Attack who rolled over first, coming off of that jump. Let's take a look at the slow-mo replay to see what happened to these two. Well, here you can see Jurassic Attack goes sideways, rolls over the hood. Zombie crosses the line, gets bobbled up on those crush cars, another truck to go over on them, and now being put back on all four BKT tyres by the track crew. Zombie will move on. Next up, Wyatt Curtis. He took Bog Hog for its first spin on the channel last month. He is now going up against Hazard County in Maximum Destruction. Max D and Bog Hog had a struggling week last week. They're going to be looking to try and get some points on the board this week. Maximum Destruction looking absolutely awesome. Love this bodywork. Let's see if it can do things. Gates are open. Max D a little bit behind at this point, in fact, but very nearly clawed it back. And you've got to say, he put everything on the line there. He rolls the truck over in the end zone. Let's take a look at the slow-mo replay. Bog Hog coming through, they had the win, and then all of a sudden there's Maximum Destruction, and this is a closer race than it first appeared. I'm not quite sure who's won it. Let's take a look frame by frame. That is very close. In fact, I think it may well be too close to call. The line is going on. It's being declared a draw. That is as close as you're going to get it, ladies and gents. Max D now needs rolling back over by the track crew. There you can see scoops out. Managing to scoop out Maximum Destruction from wherever they came from, and now the trucks will swap lanes. Who knows what damage there is on Max D, but they now face Bog Hog again. We go green, and they are even down the track once more, and it's Bog Hog who pulls just ahead at the line to get the win. That is a shame. Max D did very well there. Hazard County did everything they could, but Bog Hog just took the win. You can see there, Max D got bobbled up onto one side, bicycled it, saved it, but did not win the race. Up next, Cyclops Hobbies takes Dragon for another race down the track. This week, going up against Steve Calabrese. He drives Earthshaker once again. A one-time event champion of Series Yellow on the channel last year. Earthshaker, can it perform as well as that performance? Gates are open, down the track they come, and it was a little lead to Earthshaker, but I'm not sure they kept it. That was a very tight race once again. The racing awesome tonight. Dragon pulled ahead on the straight, but I think Earthshaker came back to get the win. I'm being told they did. Earthshaker will go through to the next round. Steve, what a race from you. Anderson Hill in Lucas Crusader, one of our top performing machines from last month, now takes to the track to face off against Downtown Mitch Brown in Bigfoot. Bigfoot kicked off the proceedings for the regular season this year. Mitch Brown got the first win on the season. Lucas Crusader, they could be a tough opponent, however. Gates are open, down the track they come in a little lead to Lucas Crusader, but Mitch Brown brought it back and has brought the race to the Lucas Crusader. Anderson Hill might not know what hit him there. In fact, he doesn't. Mitch Brown will take the win, and a big jump there off the crush cars. Lucas Crusader goes sideways into the side wall. They are all good, however. The truck looks okay. Mitch Brown is moving on. Here we can see the winners of this round. Zombie, Bog Hog, Earthshaker and Bigfoot move on to face Monster Mutt, Jester, Rockwell Red and Lumberjack. Reminder, 4 of these trucks came top 4 last month. The other 4 qualified fastest to get this first round bye. Now, news from the track. Safety officials are not quite happy with how this track is running tonight. They have been out, they have reshuffled where the crush cars are being placed, and you can see that they now face inwards in a straight line. We will see if that improves conditions out there for these trucks. I hear also that the ramps have been worked on. Avenger now faces Excalibur in the first race of round 2 tonight. These two trucks looking very smart. Excalibur very fast last week, one of our top 3 machines. Of course, there were 4 of them. Avenger, they moved on. Can they move any further? Gates are open, down the track they come, a slight advantage to Avenger, and he keeps it. Avenger takes out Excalibur in the second round of racing. And Excalibur, it's the first time that I think they've not looked as fast as they have in previous. That is an impressive run from Avenger, the open body truck looking very nice. Little Chip Chocolate, El Toro Loco, they were in this position last week. They now face Blue Thunder FC Productions with a first round bye, a very fast qualifier, a one-time event champion of Series Yellow themselves. El Toro Loco could be up against it here. Blue Thunder looks strong this week. Gates are open, down the track they come. Blue Thunder was taken out by a barrel last week. No such barrel exists in the middle of the track this week, and they take out El Toro Loco. They looked fast there. Blue Thunder coming straight down the track. In fact, both trucks turned off a little bit towards the finish line there. Not sure what happened there, but they must have seen something to avoid. Blue Thunder, they win the race. RRC Family Gaming returns to the track now with the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior to face Iron Outlaw K & James TV. This truck has had 2 first round buys, one in January, one in February. Last month, they couldn't really do anything with it other than an awesome freestyle move in racing. They didn't win any races for it, let's put it that way. Let's see if they can this week. Gates are open, down the track they come. And would you look at that, they've found the fast pedal. Great Clips Mohawk Warrior and all of that goes flying over. They roll the truck, but Iron Outlaw, they shot off the ramp. Look at the speed off of them. They got a little slap wheelie there coming off of the car jump. Meanwhile, a rollover in the background. It's not even the forefront of our attention as Mohawk Warrior goes over. It's going to be Iron Outlaw going through to the next round. Monster Mutt Rottweiler rounds out the first half of round 2. Caden Wilson now takes on Josh Doing Things in Gravedigger, our second place finisher for last month. They are going to be gunning for a win this week. They have Caden Wilson and he is on a mission to rectify last week's mistakes. We join them on the track as we go green for racing. Gates are open, Caden and Gravedigger side by side, but it looked like Monster Mutt Rottweiler took the win there. Let's take a look. There they go, through the line. Caden Wilson, Monster Mutt Rottweiler takes out Gravedigger at this very early stage, and Josh Doing Things is not happy with that. Happy or not, however, it does not change the fact Monster Mutt Rottweiler moves on alongside Iron Outlaw, Blue Thunder and Avenger to the third round of racing. We now move to the right-hand side once again. Last month's champions Lumberjack have a race later on against Bigfoot, but before all that, Zombie is set to take on the only other truck with 2 championship wins to their name, and it is Monster Mutt. Mikey Merton bringing the Mercury body this month. It looks very nice, as does the Burns Victim Zombie. The night is starting to roll in. We shall see what happens as these 2 trucks go at it. Zombie gets the jump off the line, coming down first on the track. Gets a little bit sideways in no man's land. Let's take a look here. They bobble up, and I think it may well have been to their detriment. Let's take a look at this. Zombie goes up onto 2 wheels. In comes Monster Mutt, and that is a very close finish at the end of that race. Let's take a look. I think, yes, it is. Monster Mutt by the smallest of margins goes through to the next round of racing. Zombie, so unfortunate there to get bobbled how they did. Wyatt Curtis is back on the track now with Bog Hog. He is taking on Elliot Spiros, one of our first round buys for February, a very fast qualifier in Jester. This truck looks very nice, the cherry red going up against the orange in Bog Hog. Let's see what happens when these 2 do battle. Out of the gates they fly, both side by side down the track, but what a jump there from Jester, ends up on its sidewalls, cannot save it, and they are not going to make the line. Bog Hog will progress. Let's take a look at the slow-mo replay here. sideways, offered the jump, tried to sidewall save, do a bit of a cyclone to get back over, but just couldn't get it. Got shut off. Jester, that is going to be them done. Boghog will progress, and now Track Crew coming in to turn over Jester. Taking up a lot of dirt there, but they are back on all 4 BKTs. Steve Calabrese back on the track with Earthshaker, a much better performance from him this time out. He goes up against Rockwell Red, Dolphin Master with a first round bye. Earthshaker in the near lane, Dolphin Master and Rockwell Red in the far. It's time to send these down the track. Gates are open, Earthshaker with the whole shot and keeps it all the way through to the line. And Dolphin Master, that first round bye might get them some extra valuable points, but Earthshaker's getting more in the long run. They go through to the next round of racing, and it wasn't even that close in the end. They were caught napping Rockwell Red, and they will go out. Earthshaker, they move on. Last race on this side of the bracket, Mitch Brown. Bigfoot is back on the track, and he has a tough opponent in Jack Charlton. And Lumberjack, the one-time event champion of the regular season. They hold the flag. They are the champions. Can Bigfoot take them out? Let's find out. Down the track they come. Bigfoot with just the advantage. They make contact in no man's land. In fact, they made contact mid-air. And Jack Charlton did well to save that one. But it is Bigfoot who crosses the line first. And Lumberjack, the champions, they are out. We will have a new champion this month. Well, that is the first, I think, lane cross this week where both trucks have gone into each other's lanes. Nobody to blame except for each other, and that means there's nobody to blame really, but Bigfoot, they move on. Lumberjack is out. Earthshaker, Boghog and Monster Mutt, they also move on. We've got some exciting races in round 3, and we kick things off with Avenger. Somebody doing incredibly well for themselves this week is Chip Chocolate. Of course, Avenger, a one-time champion of Series Blue, but this Avenger is doing things tonight. They go up against FC Productions, a one-time champion of Series Yellow, Blue Thunder. It's Avenger in the near lane, Blue Thunder in the far lane. Round 3 of racing kicks off right about now. Gates are open, down the track they come, reasonably even. Oh, and a rollover right before the line for Avenger. That is unfortunate. Let's take a look at the slow-mo replay. They come in sideways, similar to how Jester finished their race earlier on, but they roll it over the lid of the truck. Blue Thunder will progress, and right on the line, Avenger ends up upside down. What a sight that is. Track Crew coming in to right them. Back on all 4 BKTs now. Ken James TV, Iron Outlaw. This truck looked fast in their first race tonight. Of course, a first round bye to them. Caden Wilson, Monster Mutt Rottweiler. He's coming off of some big wins so far. Took out Gravedigger last round. Can he take out the Iron Outlaw and go one stage further? Let's find out. Gates are open. Down the track they come. This is looking like a tight race, or it was, until once again Iron Outlaw found that fast pedal. Let's take a look at the slow-mo replay here. Nice clean race from Iron Outlaw straight through. Caden got a little bit bobbled, and that was all it took for him to go out of the competition. Iron Outlaw will progress. We're really motoring through things as the night rolls in. Mikey Merton's Monster Mutt takes on Wyatt Curtis, Boghog. These 2 trucks have looked good tonight, I must say. I believe Mikey Merton is the last of the top 3 standing from last month. Can he go one stage further and end up in the same position? There's a green light for go. Down the track they come. Mikey Merton pulling just ahead and stays just ahead all the way through to the line, getting up on the pod at the end of the race there. Mikey Merton winning by about 3/4 of the truck's worth. That was not a close race by any stretch of the imagination. Boghog, they go out. Mikey Merton progresses to another top 4 finish. Steve Calabrese, Earthshaker, one-time event champion of Series Yellow, back on the track now against Mitch Brown in Bigfoot. A much better week for both of these trucks. Whatever gremlins they may have had in January, they seem to have subsided. Bigfoot in the near lane, Earthshaker in the far. Let's go racing and see who will finish on top. Down the track they come. Earthshaker, the slight lead, and keeps it, but rolls it over the cars at the end. A car takes out another truck. On its side is Steve Calabrese's Earthshaker. Mitch Brown, I'm pretty sure, had an issue with the truck coming down the ramp. He didn't seem to find second gear, just had to plough through in first. and that just did not cut the mustard. Earthshaker through, and now having to be righted by track crew. A nice easy one for them. There doesn't seem to be any damage, but we will have to wait and see as we move on to the February Racing semi-finals. And the 4 trucks there this time are Blue Thunder, Iron Outlaw, Monster Mutt once again, and Earthshaker. Monster Mutt, the veteran of this place in the competition now, 2 months in a row. Blue Thunder, Iron Outlaw, Earthshaker, first appearances at this stage. They've all done very well to get here. Blue Thunder, a one-time event champion of Series Yellow last year, takes on Iron Outlaw, currently unseeded, but Kay and James TV have proven fast tonight. The fast pedal has been right to the floor. Blue Thunder, they've got a tough opponent here, but this is going to be an interesting race for sure. We join them on the track as we wait for the green light. Blue Thunder with the whole shot, a little wobble there on the track though, and that was not a clean race by any stretch of the imagination. Iron Outlaw went over the jump sideways, but once again, they picked up the pace, the fast pedal was down, and they took the win in the end. Look at this, bobbling left, bobbling right, hits the crush cars, managed to stay on all 4 BKTs. That was an impressive bit of driving from Kay and James TV. Iron Outlaw is moving on to the finals of February. And now to our second semi-final, Mikey Merton, Monster Mutt once again here. A 2-time event champion in their own right takes on Steve Calabrese. Earthshaker, a 1-time event champion of Series Yellow. This is going to be an interesting race. Earthshaker has been doing well tonight, but so has Mikey Merton. And Mikey Merton might be the consistent king. We shall find out as we join them down the track. Gates are open, they are level pegging down the track, but Mikey Merton pulls ahead, Earthshaker rolls it, manages to get it back on all 4 BKTs, but it does slow them down enough for Mikey Merton to pull ahead and get the win. Mikey Merton, Monster Mutt moves on to the racing finals. There you can see it. A great roll from Earthshaker. Manages to save it, manages to drive out of it as well, which is impressive stuff. Mikey Merton was well across the line by that point. They move on. There we have our 2 finalists, Iron Outlaw, Monster Mutt, and these 2 trucks, they've been good tonight. Iron Outlaw, I would say, has been an underdog all the while, but has been fast all night long. The fast pedal down to the floor. Monster Mutt, meanwhile, they have done well to get here. I think they've been a little bit fortunate to get here, but sometimes fortune favours the brave. Monster Mutt has been consistent. They consistently got through to that top 4, and this week they've gone 1 stage further. Can they do it? Can they go all the way? Or will Iron Outlaw blaze them in the final? Kay and James TV gets that lane choice. They've gone for the near lane where they've been consistently good tonight. Mikey Merton pushed over to the far lane, and we are ready to go green for the final. Gates are open, and it's Iron Outlaw off to an early lead, but they roll it! And it's going to be Monster Mutt who takes the win. I don't know what happened to Iron Outlaw there. They mistimed the jump or something like that. But they roll the truck over. They were winning it. And Mikey Merton, in almost pitch black conditions, they win the race. Iron Outlaw, what on earth happened? They looked quick. They were winning the race. Now being turned over by track crew. There you can see they've blown a tyre off. I can't say I'm surprised in the slightest. I'll be honest, they have raced hard tonight. But we should take nothing away from this man here. Monster Mutt is your now 3-time event champion of Backyard Jam. The only truck to have 3 wins to their name. An incredible achievement from Monster Mutt and indeed from Mikey Merton. A massive congratulations to him. Let's take a look at the leaderboard as we close out February. 21 is the position for Brutus, Jurassic Attack, Max D and Tailgater, all at 10 points apiece. Then up to 15 points for Stonecrusher, Rockwell Red, Great Clips, Mohawk Warrior and Dragon. Up to 20 points for Zombie, Shaker, Monster Mutt Rottweiler and Lucas Crusader. Then we jump up again to 25 points for Jester, El Toro Loco, Earthshaker, Boghog, Bigfoot and Avenger. In joint 5th place we see Blue Thunder and Excalibur both on 30 points apiece. 35 points for Iron Outlaw and Gravedigger. Lumberjack on 40. Monster Mutt at the top of the table now on 50. And that just about wraps up February's proceedings. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like. Do subscribe to the channel if you are new, and we shall see you again in March for the next event. Until then, I've been your host, Jevon Woodrow. Goodbye.